It's a glorious early summer Saturday's morning. Bit of a chill in the air, but it's bright blue sky and sunshine and really nice weather. It's just been raining, so it's got a really crisp, clean feel to the air. Now I'm just going to show how we're going to plant some courgettes today. No big deal, you might say. Planted courgettes before, so I've selected a bed here. Put a lot of organic material in here, as you can see, like leaf mould and compost. It's super rich. I've created a little bowl here for them, and this helps the water to drain in when I water them, so instead of the water flowing out, it flows in towards the roots. And we've got here a yellow courgette, and we've got a little green courgette. We've got the yellow one here, we'll put the green one downhill here a bit. Dig a little space for it so its roots can sit in the ground. Put the label over there, we remember which one's which. Very carefully get out of the pot and keep the roots intact if we possibly can. This is so difficult. There we go, all in one. Yeah, it looks happy already. All looking good so far. Uh-oh, we've got a snail heading straight towards the courgette pond, as if by magic it can sniff it out. So we're going to have to do something about that. Just want to discuss our slug strategy this year. We need to do something to stop the slugs, or at least slow them down, and the snails too. Once the courgette plant has grown a bit, the slugs and the snails can't really do that much damage to it. But it's at this vulnerable stage of just a couple of weeks here when they can completely destroy it. So here's what we're going to do. A couple of large water bottles. One of my neighbours seems to drink a lot of this stuff, so I just take it out of the bin every time. Slice the bottom off and slice the top. So 2 plastic sleeves. What we're going to do now is dollop here, dollop there. Put a nice thick layer of Vaseline all the way around the outside so it's all completely covered, and a bit on the inside as well. And that makes a barrier that the slugs find it very difficult to climb over. No matter how hungry they are, their little feet can't get a grip on the Vaseline and they just slip off it. And we then just pop that in the ground. The important thing is just to push it in so it's essentially sunk into the ground a bit deep down, because the slugs do burrow. It's going to push the soil back a bit, because what you don't want is any soil near it that will form a kind of ladder that the slugs can climb over. So, snail approaches the plastic, has a quick feel, it's having a try, slipping off, can't do it. So it could crawl over it a bit, but it didn't seem to be too easy, and it seems to have turned around. The comfrey plant we cut down last year. In just a few weeks of sunshine and rain, it's just come back to life again, so it's really big. Take a few comfrey leaves off this plant here to feed to the slugs and snails. To put that to the test and see whether that snail will eat it or not. It might not. It's having a think. And guess what? It's decided to make a little meal of it. Yep, the slug's gone for the comfrey. That's one happy snail busily munching on a wilted comfrey leaf. It now has no interest in eating the seedling. I'm happy, it's happy, I can go home and the seedling can grow. So great. As a final touch, I've got some organic slug pellets. These ones are made from ferric phosphate, so they're reasonably safe for wildlife. I wouldn't use the non-organic ones because they can affect frogs and toads and hedgehogs and such like, but these ones are reasonably safe. I'm just going to put a very small handful of these inside. So expensive, so I just tend to use them very sparingly. Just inside there. And that's our final layer of protection. So first of all, they've got to get past the comfrey leaves. They're going to climb over the Vaseline, and when they get there, they've got to not eat the slug pellets before they get to the seedling. And now I found that particular technique to be very effective in the past, and is doing practically zero damage to seedlings, even in wet weather. So this is my slug control strategy. And we'll keep an eye on these seedlings over the next few weeks and months to see how they produce their crop of courgettes. The other thing that's worth mentioning is around the outside of the bed, I've added a very thick layer of wood chip, which is something the slugs I found don't seem to like very much. I never seem to find them hiding under it. Even if the ones in the bed eat all the slug pellets, there hopefully won't be any more getting into the bed. So it does slow down the movement of the slug population a bit and gives your seedlings another chance. I thought I'd just mention another layer of our slug strategy. Remember that bonfire we had last year? There were a whole load of wood ash from that. So what I'm going to do is just sprinkle a little bit of that around the outside of the courgette plant. It does 2 things. It will help to feed the plant because it's got lots of potassium and phosphorus in it. That will help it produce fruit. And also I found that slugs really don't seem to like stuff like this. It's powdery and gritty. It's quite uncomfortable for them. So hopefully they'll just turn around and eat the comfrey leaves instead. For the green courgette. Bramble thorns strategically placed around the bed. The reason I'm doing that These help to prevent the foxes and the cats from digging up the beds. I found they tend to do that in the process of looking for earthworms and such like, but the bramble thorns, sharp and spiny, tend to deter them from going in there. So don't throw those bramble thorns away. Really useful as fox and cat deterrents.